Welcome to the Retirement Halftime Show. I'm Heather McWilliams. Joining us is Alexander Joyce with ReJoyce Financial. Alex, today we're talking about annuities. Annuities, they're prevalent, but I think oftentimes they're misunderstood. There's still some misconceptions. Maybe the old stigma, when I die, all that money from the annuities is going to go back to the insurance company. Not true anymore.
No, well, I mean, some of them still operate that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some organizations, some companies, some advisors still, that's still a thing, right? It's called annuitization. Now, annuitization, a tough word, means you're forfeiting your principal to the insurance company in return for a lifetime income stream. Depending on when you are called home, that income stream then stops and that principal is then lost. However, very important to take away that our practice does not organize those. We do not sell those. We do not offer those. We do not recommend those. Now, we still think that annuities are just like any security or any insurance product, if you will, when working with a licensed professional to sell those. I think it's very important to understand what the overall goal is. Now, the last couple of years, they've become very popular because the market has become very volatile and very unpredictable from a fixed income standpoint. Meaning that, the variation or the correlation between bonds and interest rates, well, we've seen interest rates rise, and so that forces bond values down, which was the conservative side of somebody's portfolio. Now, if someone is still conservative, they still want safety. They still want predictability, and so they still want some certainty. And what other vehicles are out there to guarantee that type of safety, if you will, and peace of mind? So annuities have grown in popularity, especially those that are called indexed annuities, which work in the way where you are indexed to the market with some upside, but no downside. And so principal is protected with, again, an income stream if you so desire. Also, as rates have gone up, CDs and things like that have gone up. And so it's made annuities versus CDs very popular as well. From a term for rate perspective, Term, rate, Annuities are generally outperform a bank CD because they make more money, And so, and then there's those that are like variable annuities, And so we don't really get into that.
Okay, because there are so many different kinds. There's immediate, deferred, variable. It's like, how do you know which one is better?
Yeah, you really, for the public, annuity is a bad word, and I certainly understand, and I certainly know why. It is the baby boomer generation's parents that got stung by the launch of that vehicle. They have evolved and they have grown. Listen, I'm not saying that they're good for anybody. I'm not saying they're bad for anybody. I'm not saying stocks are great or stocks are bad. What I am saying is understanding an individual's priority long-term goals to build a plan, a roadmap, And there's just a vehicle that could help somebody get there.
Absolutely. And I know there are advantages. There could be, it avoids probate, things like that. You just have to be okay with the risk, especially if it's variable.
You do. And the liquidity risk, everything has risk. There's risk in everything. There's risk in not doing anything, There's opportunity risk, if you will. And so, once we understand as you mentioned, the risk, the exposure, what they're trying to do, and we can build it. It is, annuities are one of those things that love them or hate them. A lot of people have them, a lot of people don't have them. Same with different companies and different organizations. Love them and hate them, Are we trying to build a portfolio out of green energy, What are we trying to do? And so I think that once we understand that, and we understand what the goals are, and we understand, again, what the roadmap looks like, we have to start somewhere, Heather, And I think that's the opportunity that we're looking for.
Yeah, Alex, this is a full-time job, I mean, I could not consume all this and understand it, and that's why you guys are here. This is the point of what you do. You really need to hire a professional. What I love about you guys, you're a holistic firm. You do it all. And it doesn't cost a thing just to come in and talk to you.
It does not. It does not. Some people, I think that cost, as I always say, is an issue in the absence of value. We built our practice. I built my firm on the foundation of relationships. I started my firm 12 years ago with 0 clients and have built just a magnificent machine built for the public. And I think that more than anything, I'm here to educate the community on, finance in general. And that just happens to be, planning first, investing later. Without a plan and a direction, there is no investment, right? And so I think that starting that conversation sooner than later will help anyone get where they want to go faster.
Yeah, it is. It's all about trust, building that relationship, and a lot of people are just scared to do it. If somebody is interested in talking to you or somebody on your team, what is the best way for them to go about it?
The number is always on the screen, 317-903-9157. Just take that leap of faith and call today.
Yeah, and don't try and study it all yourself. Go to Alex. He's the man. Great information, Alex.
Thank you.
And we are going to have a whole lot more coming up next.